check it out. Come and check us out. If we think it's sport, come see what we about. Check it out. Come and check us out. If we think it's sport,
NBA record with his 12th three-pointer of the game.
Jay-Z in a Nets jersey. Reggie got Indiana. He was
so you can see how everybody.
Congratulations, Mr. President.
It's crazy how he was making the cuts, making it.
Why is he not better than him?
So everybody take a seat. We think it's sports, but sometimes we don't know. We asking that.
my check. Let's go ahead and get this started. So I'm gonna start here because I'm reading a book called Culture Code about vulnerability. It's about transparency, about building good culture. So I'm gonna be transparent. I'm gonna be vulnerable with y'all. Hopefully y'all do the same with me. I will be honest. I'll say this right here. To be honest, I did not vote for Byron Brown or India Walton. How about y'all?
Nigga, you live in Detroit.
Yeah, so that
I didn't vote for them. I'm just saying. I'm just putting it out there. Now tell me, who did y'all vote for?
I don't live in Buffalo.
I don't either.
neither do I.
Oh, yo, what?
I didn't
I
have a
don't live
vote.
in Buffalo.
You're telling me y'all got mayors in little small towns? Okay, did you vote? Did you vote for y'all mayor? Is that
Of course not.
Who is your mayor?
Well, it's not.
Who knows?
I have
It's,
no
it's not
idea.
necessarily a mayor. It's
Oh,
I don't think it's a mayor. It's
town supervisor.
Yeah, something like that.
But
some corny.
to answer your question, if I did have a vote in Buffalo, it definitely wouldn't be India Walton.
Really?
No, not at all. It's just not.
Wait,
something-
you said it wouldn't be?
It would not be India Walton.
Oh, okay. I said it would be. I was like, oh, really?
No, hell no. I you know what? It's just certain things. Like I put it like this, right? I like things a certain way. I like my steak meaty. I like my steak medium.
Really?
I like my fries hot.
Thought you was definitely a rare guy.
Bottom of the bag too?
No, not rare, but
mean-
medium is really how you're supposed to eat it. Pause. I like my fries hot. I like my coffee hot. You know, some
Black?
sugars, some cream. And I like my mares Listen, I just give it a stack.
What was about to say?
Listen. I like my marriage a
Black,
certain
like
way
your
too.
coffee?
Listen. I just this a certain way. The issue is, what her experience is like realistically, how I look at it is, what other job am I going to vote for her for, right? In a sense of, if you don't have the experience, if there are some things underlining that we see on the background of your life, this is no disrespect or not judging, but if we see certain things, like if you can't manage your money, how can you manage a city's budget?
City budget.
Yeah, like
Turn your life around, man.
Okay, then that's fine. You can turn your life around, but just don't do it being mayor. You could do it being a lot of things in life, just not mayor. So that's the only thing. That's why I would never give her the nod.
How about y'all two? Right, Mills? If you had a vote?
I didn't get deep into it. I mean, I wouldn't be mad if Byron lose. He's done good for, I guess, some people, but Buffalo's school district is terrible. Our homicide rate is terrible. Solving them are terrible. Streets just not the best as far as potholes and all that type of things. He's been there 16 years. He's been there a long time too. It ain't like, so I'm not saying I'm against him or for her, but I mean, even if with some change, maybe something will change. I don't know. So I'm not necessarily against Byron. But I don't know if India was the best person to go against them to win.
Well, clearly she was. I mean,
yeah, maybe she was.
She won a Democratic nominee. I mean, it's like everything she did. It's not like what like
but that's kind of now put the microscope on her to see how it really was happening. Because before that, I didn't even know. During that time, I mean, I wasn't in Buffalo. I didn't vote in there, but no, I mean, how many people voted in that?
Nobody,
because the turnout was crazy. The turnout was the lowest, I think, all time.
Nobody thought that she would. I mean, everybody thought he was a shoo, and he's an incumbent for 16 years. I mean, it was like it's almost impossible.
He's a record. If he get elected again tonight, it'd be a record. It'd be the record it'd be the first time to be a five time.
But I thought this is good. I think this is a situation of getting under the hot seat, feeling the pressure, being embarrassed. Byron Brown is in a situation, even if he wins, he still lost. Because he never should have been in this position anyway. But hopefully that will, help him, do some change.
Do what?
All right, Red.
He did everything to win the election. All he's gonna do is try to win the election now. That's it.
No. I don't think so. I think people what people got to understand is, generally the fastest way to get a city built, is gentrification. That's a fact. If you just look at this, you can read a book. The fastest way to get a city built is gentrification. It's just a legit fact. People could say, or either gentrification or slaves. Take your pick. And so
I gotta pick those two. You said the fastest way. You didn't say the most effective way. You didn't say efficient way. You just said fastest.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. If you want
that's
fast,
a way. So that means that's one way. That's a way.
I agree. I'm just saying if you want fast change.
You said or slavery. Like, what do you mean? It's not binary here.
No, I'm saying if you want it done fast, slavery or gentrification is the route. But if you don't,
oh my God,
I'm just all you gotta do is look at history. I mean, am I? Tell me if I'm wrong, Mike.
No, that's just a wow.
It is. It is.
But your pick, that's hilarious.
But give me another way. You just tell me. Show me where in history.
Bringing business,
Slavery.
making sure the people, the jobs, inner city got jobs, like the industries are in the city and stuff like that.
But okay.
The money circulating, the money circulation and having, like more black businesses and stuff like that.
That takes time,
community.
Rad.
Hell yeah,
Because you can't just give niggas some keys and say, here, run a business, like to learn how to actually run the business.
I'm not trying. Sam brought this fast thing in here. I'm not trying to be
no,
fast.
I'm just saying. No. But that's what people want, though. People do want change. Like when people say change, they do want it. Like let's see it immediately.
Overnight.
They want. But like things. And now,
yeah,
granted,
but you ignore those people.
I'm not. No.
No, you don't. You can't though, because people like me now. I'm out. I don't have 5 years for you to get it together. Like you get 6 months. And I'm out.
And I'm not caping for Byron Brown because he's been in 16 years. He's had enough time.
Yeah.
So, I'm not. This is not a.
I started off saying this. I said that.
No.
He's been there 60 years.
True.
It's change might be fine. It might be good for him to get out of here. It might be good.
Well,
it might be good to get up out of here, bro. Bye. Come back. Come back with a different plan. Come back with a different structure.
We said it about Obama. And he had to get out, but we got Donald Trump. That wasn't good. That just wasn't good. I'm not comparing India Wall to Donald Trump. I'm just giving the example.
I would say this. I didn't vote for either, and I wouldn't have voted. I wouldn't live in Buffalo, but I wouldn't have voted either.
For either?
But I would say this. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again. At some point, Byron Brown has to get out of there, dog.
But he is who he is, though.
He has to get out of there. And we know who he is.
Yeah.
If somebody shows you who they are, believe them. I don't care that he's over there.
He's a centrist Democrat.
Pandora's, taking pictures in the hood now. Like, bro, you've been here for 16 years.
They give out subs, so they had the balls. An over sub.
He marched on us giving out turkeys.
It's bad.
Hey, come on, man. You gotta get him out.
But y'all said if you want to pander right. He gave out Lenovo subs. He went to panels. He did things people like. He pandering right.
He's
right now. Byron Brown is catchy. He doing the politic thing. He doing way more of a politician than India.
But he is a politician. No. She's.
I know, obviously.
But he has the experience. Here's the thing, though.
And the money.
He got a team. Yeah.
The issue is there are certain underlining things that is happening in Buffalo that we may not be privy to, or some of us may not be privy to. I'll say that. And there are a lot of things that are taking place. Status quo, money being shifted in hands, businesses, certain things that are happening that Byron Brown has been a part of, or a lack thereof. He's been a part of that. You know what I mean? Just a hands-off approach, just letting people run roughshod, and they don't want that. Nah, it's what I mean by that is I'm not saying he's not. Even if he's not a part of it, he's a part of it because you should be a part of it. You're the mayor. You should know. Ignorance is bliss. Yeah. So what I'm saying is that there are things that's happening, obviously, because there's a huge push. Like Byron Brown got money from all different places, and it's the age-old adage, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. And Byron Brown and them, they not cool, but they for damn sure don't want her. That is just a no-go because she's a wild card. You don't know what she's gonna do. Realistically, she her inspection sticker is not valid. I mean, like I'm just trying to figure out how she's still riding around today. Can anybody tell me that she got car service? Like I'm just asking.
She the Democratic nominee.
You don't get car service for
Got
that.
some
right?
perks to that. Some perks to that.
Shit, I know she don't care.
Maybe got a little
saying,
discount
though.
at McDonald's and something.
Like answer that for me. Like her park is like I'm not saying that's the be all end all, but I like on some level
I
there
don't
is
think
some
realistically.
credence
I
to
don't
that.
think she's gonna win. Realistically, I don't think she's gonna win. Personally, I
mean,
say that. I don't think she's gonna win.
all the younger
If she is, it's
the
shocking.
younger generation is pulling towards her.
Are they?
For bad reasons though.
I don't know.
I mean,
Hold
they don't-
on.
they don't-
All right.
I say social media. I say social media is.
I want to hear those bad reasons.
I'm just saying, like they don't know much what's going on. You know what I'm saying? They just, know the things that, oh man, I blew a tire last summer. Byron ain't fixed the potholes on Elmwood Street. Get him out of here. You know what I mean? Like little stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And, social media. They think that she relate more to the people. You know what I'm saying? And she talk a good game. Don't get me wrong, she talk a good game. Like Pre said a couple weeks ago, like she is the Black community. Like the mess ups that we have, she have those same mess ups.
Well, I don't want to just paint the Black community as mess ups because I'm not.
But
my point is, Mike said it. She flipped it to kind of appeal to a certain crowd. That's not all of us. Trust me, I'm not with that. But and I will say this too. With that being said, though, it's funny you said that, Mills, because a lot of our peer group, I won't say a lot, but a good contingency of our peer group, a lot of them just got those police officer jobs. A lot of them just got those firefighter jobs, and she's talking that defund the police. She talking all this rhetoric.
She changed
People
that.
don't like. I know she had to change it because you're touching money.
Yeah, defund the police was bad.
It was terrible because what she doesn't understand is the people who you want to vote for you, their son just got a police officer job, and they don't want him to lose his job. So I mean, like you're losing votes that way, and that's why I say she's just not ready for the office because it's just certain things you just like. She if you can do something like that, then that means you're not listening to somebody, because anybody with a mind would tell you not to do that. Like anybody around you.
No, not necessarily that. Defund the police was a big thing. It was a big thing. What happened with George Floyd? It got a lot of people was saying that. A lot of people on social media still feel that way. If you watch it, if you listen to it. I know, but now it's like, yeah, that was good then. I mean, not good. I think that was a thing to say now, but realistically, all right, let's rethink. That's not the most effective way to do anything, guys. You can't.
It's just bad. She get caught up in a lot of lies too, man. Like Pre say something, then Mike, you be like, yo, remember episode 14 at 2 minutes and 46 seconds? Like she getting caught up in stupid stuff like that. Like it don't look good.
I mean, I hope all the best, man. If she win, that's dope. If she don't, she'll try.
Yeah, I don't live in Buffalo anymore.
Yeah, prayers to everybody involved.
You're 4 seconds away from Buffalo. If I walk across the street, right at the corner of Bailey, get out of here.
I just can't vote.
I'm involved in it. I'm involved in it. I mean, I
just can't vote.
My eye is definitely keen on this. I really want to know what happens because if she becomes mayor, I don't think that drastic change will happen because drastic change never happens in that. I mean, you can't. There are so many things in place for it not to change. So it's like, I know that I'm not worried about that. But just
maybe she takes some of these school zone things down. Hopefully she do that. That's crazy.
Those are already gone though.
They're already gone.
Yeah,
There's only like a couple left.
He been took that down.
The one on Bailey is still there.
No, it's
when
up,
there's no school on Bailey.
It's not effective though.
It's still on. It's still blinking.
No,
it still
blinks, but like it's literally not like you won't get penalized for it.
Okay.
They already passed that. Yeah.
Pretty sure about that? I don't want somebody to listen to that joint and blow.
No. It's a fact. No.
They good.
It was about a couple months ago. Yeah. Byron Brown came on.
Don't worry about that $600 ticket.
Yeah, I didn't pay none of those. It was ridiculous.
Rasheed Wyatt lost it.
And they did it in the most poorest parts of the city, bro. It was kind of disgusting.
It was, no, that's not true. It was in some parts of the city that it was affluent. So that's not.
Bro,
true.
it was on Bailey and Kensington, Suffolk and Lanefield.
But
why?
But wait a minute, where it was at on Bailey and Kensington, that is a heavily populated area where kids go.
Yeah, but what do you mean? It's Westminster is on Westminster and the other school is on Amherst. It's not even on Bailey.
Well, one, I have a child who went there, so I can get the right of way here. We all agree on that.
I drive down that street every day.
But what I'm saying is,
literally every day,
when
I
you
go to
went
work
to go pick up your children, kids were always running through there. So I do not disagree with a speed limit because people did want to get by there. That's a fact. I've seen it happen all the time, right? I didn't disagree with it. And furthermore, it's like, I understand the penalty was swift, but you don't want a kid to get hit either. That's the whole point.
What
Yeah, but the kid never got
after like
because there was a speed zone, right? That's why.
No. The issue is that they didn't want to slow. The prevention wasn't the issue. It was money because the prevention is have a speed bump there. You know, it's the other things you can do, but finding people $50 a pop. And then one of the poorest city parts of this, that's craziness. You don't do that. If you care about the kids, put a speed bump. Slow down. You care about the speed, not the money. They was caring about the money too much. I think I was getting one every day. I was getting one every other day.
I don't know.
That's craziness. If you care about the kids and slow down, put a speed bump.
I agree and disagree with that as well.
Okay.
I'm not saying that they don't care about the money, because they do care about the money, but at the same rate, I mean, there are people don't follow rules all the time. So I mean, you just saying that the deterrent is the money. That is the deterrent.
But the first thing is safety for the kids, and you try that first. If that don't work, all right, then you explain. We pay straight up to 50 a pop.
They've tried that, right?
My thing is this: if I blow through, if I blow through at 50 and I hit a kid and I get a ticket later, it's like, or a thing later, like, all right, who cares? But if you got a speed bump there, so
you slowing down.
I'm slowing down.
You gotta slow down.
I mean, you would think, you would think that, but people don't slow down. People slow down when money is in play. We agree with that.
Do a speed bump on Suffolk.
Okay, when you see a state trooper, what is the first thing you do? You hit your brake.
Different.
Why?
Than if you don't speed down, your car gonna get messed up, Sam. This is totally different. All those consequences. If the speed trooper see you,
red lights,
you
bro.
go through a bump, and you gotta.
I mean, people run red lights.
Hit your car.
I don't know why you keep saying that. Like,
all right, Sam.
people do these things. That's what I'm trying to tell you. People do this all the time. They literally do it all the time.
You got it.
Yeah. Well, I don't think it didn't work in Buffalo, so
it did work. People slowed the hell down for a minute. They would slow down.
Who was paying?
Or you avoid it. Either you slow all the way down, or you just avoided it altogether. It worked. It's just people cried.
Man, Moose had 600 tickets. It was $600 worth for tickets. He ain't slowed down in a month.
It was bad.
It was terrible.
It was terrible.
But I never got.
It was targeting black poor people. They targeted black poor.
I would say this: I never got a ticket because I obeyed the law. So are you saying you disobeyed the law?
All right, you didn't even go past the school zone.
I always obeyed the law, so maybe y'all need to obey the law
for a reason. They changed it for a reason.
Actually, they really changed it because of the white people, not because of the black people. That's who they changed it for. Because if you watch the news, that's who we're complaining. It was on Delaware by Canisius High School.
Because that's black.
Stop saying that. So why will white people be complaining for black people?
Because they got caught. They got caught up. They got caught up in it, and they complained.
When have you ever seen white people complain for black people, right? They complain for themselves.
They got caught up with the tickets. In Amherst, you can go down now. It's 30 miles. It's no cameras. It's no fines. It's just slow down and it's 30 miles per hour in Amherst. Slow down in this area, and there's no cameras and no fines.
If you looked at where the cameras are at, it just wasn't black neighborhoods. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're gonna put 10 over here and then you have 2 over there, it's not only in black neighborhoods, but like, come on.
I'm just being honest. It just wasn't.
I would say that white people they complain a lot better than we do. They complain as a collective. Yeah. And sometimes we just be like single noisy people. All right. So the Buffalo. Hopefully Buffalo. All right. So where do we want to start? Do we want to start?
Well, we talking about cars. We might as well talk about Henry Ruggs. Go right to the NFL, man.
All right, go ahead.
Oh, shit. Henry Ruggs, 3:40 a.m. Coming from the club, I think. He was having a good night. Under the influence, he rear-ended a female passenger and her dog.
Oh, he rear-ended them?
Yeah.
Jesus,
the car went up in flames, and the lady and the dog died.
Rest in peace.
Him and his passenger didn't have any, serious injuries. They're both okay, but there was a life that was lost. So I mean. Yeah, it's tough. I mean, you got an NFL player, second year in the league, had good things going for him. He just ruined somebody else's life. They lost their life, their family.
Yeah.
Family's going through hard times. Just for him to have a good night. So, I mean, at the end of the day, we got to make good decisions. It don't matter if you're rich, if you're broke. You got to make good decisions. I mean, I don't know how y'all feel about it. I mean, I'm pretty sure we all, feel the same way. It was a stupid move.
It's you know what though, as of late, I'll say drinking and driving is a huge thing. And what I mean by that
As of
is,
late?
no. What I mean by that is, as far as in my peer group, like what I've seen now is just like everybody is so more conscious with it that everybody around you is like, nah, it's like I'm taking the keys, or like,
Oh, okay.
you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
that is the
Awareness is up.
it's
Awareness
more
is
heightened
up.
sense of awareness now as opposed to then. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna keep it a stacked bundle. Obviously, drinking and driving has been an issue through all communities. It's not just black. It's not white. It affects all communities. But maybe that's because of age too. I did see it like more prevalent, like the awareness in college, as opposed to us like in high school growing up, because it wasn't like people were drinking around us, like people were under the influence. And I mean, I've been in a car where somebody was drunk and driving. I don't have y'all. Like they were drunk.
I've been in the car drunk and driving.
No, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. I'm saying like it and growing up, like we like, I don't know, maybe it wasn't. It's like, yo, bro, you
Oh, yeah,
bugging. Like once you get in the car, it's like, I know you was drunk, but like I my man right now, he'd be like, yo, but I think I can drive
More
better
aware.
though, bro. It's like,
It's
yo,
more
bro,
aware.
you got it.
People-
That's
People
not
say
true.
they more aware. Actually,
Yeah.
I'm more on my P's and Q's more
Yeah.
because actually I'm good. Actually,
That's what
I'm
he
gonna make it home in
said.
like 5 minutes. I'm Gucci. Like,
Yo, I
y'all-
got it.
You're bugging. You're
My man,
bugging right now.
my man was just like, yo, I was at Poise, smack 100. He's like, but I live around the corner though. I was good though. I was like, yo, no, you
Yeah,
were wilding though. That's what
Yeah,
you
that's
was doing.
wild. Especially Uber and
Yeah.
Lyft
Yeah.
now.
Sean got
It's,
it.
it's, it's nuts now, especially Uber and stuff now. But
Sean,
you know,
you got
it
chill.
brings
in the
it brings this Henry Ruggs brings us back to Dante Stallworth. Y'all remember Dante Stallworth? I forgot who he's playing for. It's Tampa Bay or somebody, maybe not New England yet, but he killed somebody as well. Drunk driving. It was a pedestrian walking, but I think the pedestrian didn't have like family or something, so he didn't actually have to go to jail or anything like that. He just like they reached some type of settlement and he was good, and then he got back in the league. Now I'm not gonna say it's gonna go that smooth for Henry Ruggs or nothing like that. I don't know. Definitely don't want to bring be light on somebody who's passed away. But we've seen it before. We've seen a wide receiver.
Yeah.
That's precedence. He come back in the league too. So like I mean, hopefully whatever happens. He do his time, whatever he gotta do. Feel remorseful. Do what he gotta do, and don't let this make his life go down the hill and like switch his life around. So we'll see.
Yeah, I don't want to laugh. I don't
I
want to
know.
laugh.
Hey,
The Rad
studio.
being super serious.
I know in the comments.
But
Wow.
shout out to the people in the comments. I know we don't normally react to the comments, but I got to for this one, Rad. The man Sean said, didn't Priest had a breathalyzer joint to start the car?
Who is Sean?
Where's Sean?
Sean.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What up,
Priest
Sean?
had
What
the
up? What
Yo,
up,
breathalyzer
Sean?
yeah.
joint in the caddy?
Yeah.
Remember
man.
that, Joy?
But no,
Could that be
Sean, no. How does Sean remember that? Oh, yeah, in high school.
in college.
in college?
Yeah,
Oh, in
yeah,
college.
yeah.
Should that be standard?
Shout out, Sean.
It is standard. I mean, we know a friend.
Everybody?
If you get if you
No,
get
no.
it. Oh,
I'm
should it be
talking
standard for
about
everybody?
In
Oh,
cars.
you know what though? That's not.
No.
I don't think so. It is.
Some people are responsible.
It's a
man. They don't
huge
need stuff like
inconvenience.
that.
It's a
But I
huge.
mean, so safety boats. I mean, we put safety
That's
boats
true.
in there.
That's true. But everybody doesn't drink. It's a huge inconvenience. So no, I don't think so. We actually know a friend. Who got a couple DWIs, DUIs, pissy. May or may not have been in somebody's wedding, and they had to take him into another room, pissing on wall, yo, I'm not gonna hold you.
What is what?
But no. In that moment, even on that day, it's like at a certain point, we would have let Matt drive home.
But we didn't this time.
No. I know. I'm just saying, like, even
You just
at
said
that
his name was
moment.
crazy.
Oh, my bad. But
This dude's nuts.
but shout out,
Dude is crazy.
shout out to our guy though. But we would
This
have
shit
let
is crazy. This dude is nuts over
we
here.
would have let him drive home. But like it got to a point where it was too far.
No,
Even
we
me,
wasn't
my
letting him.
whole
We
mad-
wasn't letting him.
my whole mad movement. They took my keys. I woke up
That's
at the
how it
home.
Yeah,
It's all go. It's we not doing it.
Yeah,
Not no
There's no
more.
more room for
Not
that.
no more.
There's no room for that.
Even in Atlanta, when we all went out, like we went to the club one night, and I made sure that I didn't drink so I could drive back. Granted, I had a flight like 6 o'clock in the morning, so I wanted to make sure I got up. But I knew like, I'm gonna be the responsible one tonight because somebody drove home the night before. I think we do need to be more responsible. And
sure.
back
Uber
like,
lives here now. Like you
Yeah,
can go
Uber
call
and Lyft,
Uber,
like, no
call
excuse.
Lyft. It's like
And
come on, man.
and it happens to everybody. It happened to Kevin Hart. Like money,
Yeah.
even having money, that doesn't. It's not necessarily a deterrent to this. Like people all say, "Oh, he got money, so he can just call a carrier."
Yeah, every time Tiger Woods get in the car, he get in an accident.
Yeah.
So.
I think it enhances it. You know, sometimes you can get a God complex. Like, nah, I'm good. Like, I
Right.
got this.
Right.
I'm Henry Ruggs.
His
I'm
life
a
is
football player.
forever
I just
changed.
want to be normal.
Yeah, if you got bad habits, money just make them.
Not
You go
normal.
Yeah.
deeper in them. Yeah, bad habits don't go away with money. They get enhanced for sure.
Prayers to him and the family. Definitely,
Yeah,
the girl who lost her
definitely.
life. It's definitely sad.
Yeah, for sure. It's sad. It's messed up. You know. I'm just saying. Hopefully he figure out.
learned.
Yeah, man. Cause he's the one. I mean, I don't want to sound crazy, but he's still here. He's still breathing. He can make better choices from this point on. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Hopefully, maybe the NFL will use this as some case too. Like, yo, we gotta get it together. But I don't know.
I mean, if they get a loud enough crowd to push back, maybe. But
I mean, this happened
Yeah.
before though. I mean, like this has happened multiple
Yeah,
times.
yeah,
Actually,
yeah.
like I mean, this is not the loss of life that happened. I think. Well, we definitely know Dante Stallworth, but I'm saying like as far as DUIs, like this has happened multiple times within the league. Like they do have. I mean, I don't
Yeah,
think it's
people
just
get
a
caught up all the
league
time.
problem, but I know some
All
jobs
the time.
if you get like a DWI or DUI, like you they fire you. Or like you there are repercussions at certain jobs like that. I don't know if they should do that.
At the
I
post
mean,
office.
no, you got a union and stuff like that. You just you got to go through protocols and things like that to get to do that. Obviously, but to each his own. We'll see.
All right. So, do we want to go to football now? Stay culture? What we want to do? Where we at?
We can stay football. I mean, just
Football.
we could talk about trade deadline. It was nothing happened. People thought trades was gonna happen.
Von Miller,
nothing
that was a
happened.
huge trade. What are you talking about?
Okay,
It's been like 5 trades.
Yeah.
Von Miller,
Von Miller, Melvin Ingram. Then he got moved.
Melvin Ingram got moved.
Where
to,
did he go?
Miller, you had a list?
Kansas City. I don't
Kansas
have a
City
list, but he went to
for a
Kansas City.
6.
For a 6?
For a
that's-
6.
See, and I know. Listen, we talk about everybody, but that's why I be having problems like with certain teams, especially the Bills, man. Like I don't understand why we don't have like an imagination.
They said the Bills was in talk for Von Miller.
Yeah, but well, why could I would have gave away a second?
Because
and
we're
a
not
third.
giving up a second and a third.
Well,
That's
why
a lot.
not?
Yo. That's a
So,
lot.
but
That's
is it a lot? Name,
I mean,
name,
Rams-
but name.
Rams got
How
like
much
3
does the Super
picks
Bowl cost?
next
How much
year.
does the Super Bowl cost?
There is no price on it. My point is, name the last second and third
We
round
give
picks
Von
of
Miller.
Buffalo.
We winning the Super Bowl.
It's
That's-
a
that's-
possibility. We got a
I'm
great
just
chance.
asking.
We got a great
I'm just
chance.
asking.
How
We got a
much
great chance now.
do we though? We have no chance of winning the Super Bowl. like come on now, right?
What? So Von Miller makes you feel super confident just we win the Super Bowl
We'll be better.
compared to now.
I'll tell you that.
Oh,
He'll be the second best player on our defense.
About Von Miller though, but a broader point is because you hear that a lot. Like, oh well, B didn't want to pay it. He didn't want to pay that. That's too much. How much is Super Bowl worth then? Like what will we give up for somebody to help us win a Super Bowl?
I mean that I hear you. I get that point, but
Do you?
that's just you can just say that about anything. I mean, how much is Super? I mean, I don't know. Nobody knows, but a trade giving up mortgaging a second and third for a DN is going to
We're not
play a year or
mortgaging
two.
anything.
At the,
What?
a second and a third.
Who
We
are-
got, we got Gabe Davis in the third. We got
Who are we gonna
got,
pick next year?
on the second day? All the players on our defense were second day guys. Damn near.
Who we
what do
gonna
you
pick
mean?
next year? Who we gonna
Brandon
pick?
Beane is a great drafter. Why would you give up a second?
That's
and a third?
why we should be able to do it. He can pick somebody in the fourth and the fifth. Figure it out. It's a second and third. It's not that big of a
Melvin Ingram
deal.
just went for a 6.
Well, get him. like we didn't get him. We didn't get. What I'm saying is,
We didn't get him, but y'all want to give a second and third for Von Miller?
Do you
Who
agree?
who hurt?
do you agree that Von Miller would be the second best player in our defense if he came?
No,
All right, then that's where we
I
differ.
disagree with that. Too.
I think that the whole secondary is elite.
No, it's not.
Elite secondary. What are you? Are you nuts? Yes, most of them. 4 out of 5 is elite, guys. All of them guys elite. Teron Johnson is one of the best, if not the best, slot cornerback in the league right now. Go look at the stats.
It's terrible.
He's not terrible. He's a serviceable guy.
Oh my goodness! Like you talking
He-
about
we-
peons,
Guys,
man.
those guys are elite. We got like
in the league.
we like got all pro. We got an all pro a back half.
And Von
Do y'all
Miller is
not
top
see that?
liver. Like, am I missing
just said
something?
that.
We got an all pro back half, guys.
Well,
Like, do y'all not know what's happening
you
right now? Our
said
defense is
everyone-
elite.
Do you know who Von Miller is?
4 out of 5 is elite. I'm sorry.
Super Bowl MVP.
I'm sorry,
you
correct.
telling me Taron Johnson and all these like, clowns.
Go.
When the last time we been to the Super Bowl? When the last time we been to the Super Bowl, Brad? Like, why do you? I hate when people do that. Why do you discredit people who've actually done something for people who've never done anything? You saying that? Like, y'all just be talking, bro.
He's not him. He's not Von Miller. He's not him. We acting like Von Miller. He just named. He's not him. I'm not saying he's not gonna be great. He might be great, but he also have Aaron Donald next to him, so he can be great in that system. We don't have Aaron Donald. I don't think we got that. So even him coming on, we're gonna have. I don't know. I'm not saying he wouldn't add greatness to us. I'm not saying he wouldn't be great for us. I'm not saying none of those.
So
things.
why would the Saints do it?
It's a lot to give up with 1 or 2 picks.
So why would the Saints do it? They don't have a first round pick. I mean,
the Saints did do it.
The Rams, rather. The Rams, they don't have a first round pick. They don't have second.
That's what they do.
Because picks are irrelevant. They're irrelevant.
It didn't pay off.
I think we put too much stocks in picks, though.
They do this every year. They did it with Jalen Ramsey. They did it the year before that. They did it to do from Jacksonville, the DN from Jacksonville. The year before that, they did it.
We're about to find out with Matt Stafford.
And they have not won it yet. They've done it,
but they have gone to a Super Bowl, and we have not. My point to you is this, Rad.
Got the AFC Championship game.
This is the only issue. So what? That's irrelevant to me. This is my point. This is my point. This is my point with this. We talk about these picks, and I'm not saying that picks are not valuable, but at the same time, generally the picks do not hit. That's a fact. That's not a hearsay thing.
Go look at our team. They're all top picks.
Rad, but can
I go through all our hopes?
Obviously,
go through Bill's roster.
Yes.
We drafted.
So
you're wrong about this.
No, I'm not wrong. I am not wrong. No, I'm saying overall in the NFL draft, it is a fact.
I'm talking about Buffalo.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because the mean.
I'm giving you
context. No, it's not context because the mean. No, and that's not true either. What you're saying is not true either.
So are you saying that Brandon Green he broke the code? Then is that what you're saying?
No, I'm saying
that's stupid.
I'm saying if on his track record. If somebody say, "Yo, I'll give me a second, third for Von Miller," it's that's a big pricey. You know what I do with second and thirds? Look at my track record. What I do with second and thirds?
I would hope. I hear you, but I would hope Brandon Bean will be more of the numbers person and realize like he just some of it is not say that is luck, but at some point everybody's gonna miss. I know you're over there doing it. Like Mills can go to the blackjack and hit fucking 21 7 times in a row, and he could start saying, "Well, look at my track record." But eventually, everything evens out. Green might go through a rough draft of fucking 8 misses. The draft is hit or miss. I don't care who you are.
It's a fact. It's not even.
Brandon Bean is above the numbers.
It's more missed than hit. That's a fact. It's a legit fact. Like we picked, and you talking about we hit. Devin Singletary and Zach Moss sucks. Wasted picks, bro. 3rd rounders, whip-de-doo, trade it off. Give it to Von Miller. I'm so happy to do that. Like, what are you talking about, bro? I'm just being honest. And y'all talking about Ed Oliver. Ed Oliver had 3 good games since 2019. And all of a sudden, Ed Oliver is just this great player. But oh my God, we picked him 9th. Send it off. Give me a proven out. This is my point. I would rather get a proven player than somebody I have no idea he's going to be good.
Don't even dress on Sunday, man.
I hate when they do that. Boogie Basham can't even get on the field. Send it off. Send it off, Brad. Send it off. Let me get Von Miller. Like this is what I be like. We put too much stock in the picks. Basketball got it right. Basketball has it right.
Y'all got it.
Give me Anthony Davis. Take all these picks. You can have everybody. Because I can get a championship.
But for some reason, the NFL doesn't trade. There's some reason. If y'all talk about numbers, there's a reason why the NFL doesn't trade.
That doesn't make it right.
What about those numbers?
That doesn't make it right.
Oh, but you're right. But you just told me about all these numbers.
Why do you say the NFL doesn't trade?
My number ain't right.
The NFL does trade. That's what you just said is not true.
But most teams do not make major trades in the middle. Like all your numbers you just said, based on history, all that crap you just talked. This is my history. Most teams don't do it.
No. Wait. That's not true.
Most teams do it. Why don't most teams do it? Talk to me.
Because free agency is different. And
why don't most teams do it?
Because the NFL salary cap is different from most leagues. All we're doing, you're comparing that to another league. If basketball. Well, you gotta be
I'm comparing
because
it to,
you have
do it.
you have to compare it because you would have no basis to say they don't trade because they do trade. We see trades all the time in the NFL. But what you have to compare it to something. You have to have a baseline. My point is,
true.
I mean, it's just no way because if we didn't have a baseline, we wouldn't know.
1, 2,
what does
3,
that
4,
mean?
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
That's
10
a lot
trades.
of trades. Like that's a lot of trades. I don't know why you said it's not a lot of trades. Is 10 trades not a lot of trades?
It's 32 teams. It's 10 trades.
Yes,
All right.
but that's like it's like
Y'all
in a
got it. Y'all
basketball.
won.
That's like
Y'all
the
won. Y'all got it. It's 32 teams. It's 10 trades. It's a lot of trades.
If we
Y'all
go
got it.
if we go to the
It's
NBA,
fine.
if we
Y'all
go
got it.
if we
Y'all
go
got
to
it. If that's a lot of trades, then y'all got it.
if we go to the
But
NBA trade deadline,
compared
what's a
to
lot
what
of
though,
trades?
right? A lot of
Yeah,
trades.
what's a lot of
At
trades?
least one trade per team is literally 32 teams. It's 10 trades. Is a lot.
What league does that? No other league does that. That doesn't even make sense. I don't know what you're trying to say.
Different trading is wild.
I don't
Y'all
understand.
just said 10 trades is a lot.
But I would say this. I would say
It's
that.
not a lot.
But right, but what are you comparing it to?
Yeah, I don't. That's what we're trying to.
But
ask.
how many trades?
So why do y'all saying it's a lot? Why do y'all say it's a lot? What are y'all comparing it to?
I'm comparing to all the other leagues.
Nothing.
I am.
Just like me.
I am. I'm comparing it to basketball. I'm comparing it to NHL. I'm comparing it to baseball.
I'm not comparing to nothing.
I just said I'm comparing it to basketball. I'm comparing it to NHL. If you go to the NBA trade deadline, it
So
wasn't 10
on average,
trades.
So on average, how many trades in the NBA?
At the trade
You know
deadline,
that? Go Google that.
at the trade
Go Google
deadline,
that.
it's
Whenever.
only
Go Google that.
it's only 8.9 according to ESPN. It's a fact. Okay, you want to look it up?
I'm crying. So I don't know. But shout out to Bean. Shout out to the trades. I don't know if I would have made the move for Von Miller either. But I was just posing the question: what is a Super Bowl? What's Super Bowl worth? Because we hear that every year, and I know you're not like the typical Bills fan, Rad, but you hear that through most Bills fans. If Brandon Bean would have went and got Von Miller, you would have heard about how much of a steal that was. I'm not saying you would have said that, but people would have been like, "Oh, that's a steal."
A lot of people
But
was
since we
against
didn't
it,
go
though.
and get him, now it's like, "Oh, it's way too much." I'm like, oh, "Okay, well, which one is it?" But go ahead, Mills.
A lot of people was against it. You know, if you look at the Bills pages on Facebook and stuff like that, a lot of people didn't want him.
Von Miller?
I mean, what has he shown in the last 3-4 years? He got hurt.
How many sacks he got now? He only got like 5 sacks this year.
I don't know.
He's
I think
what I'm saying is
but-
Von Miller is if we traded for Von Miller would be the best defensive lineman
I said,
we
we
had since
keep
Bruce
rolling
Smith.
Jerry Hughes out
Do you
there.
agree with
I
that?
don't think you, but we don't know that though.
No, we do know that he is.
No, we don't.
Von Miller right now is a Hall of Famer. If we traded for him,
But that doesn't mean he's going to be.
No.
as
What I'm
great
saying
as your
is
changing rate
at
in
this
his 10th
no.
year.
What I'm saying
10th
is
year, 11th year.
Mills. What I'm saying is if we traded for him, he would be the best defensive player since Bruce Smith. It's a fact. I didn't make that up. It's a fact. But moving forward, he's Von Miller right now is better than every defensive lineman we have. That's a fact. Do anybody disagree with that?
He probably is. Probably.
So now is he worth the second and third? I mean, that is debatable. We can debate that every day.
That's what we're debating.
But my point is with that is we're not. My thing is let's shoot for the fences. Let's trading picks. It's like holding on to picks is like it's a dime a dozen. Like
Bro,
they
you
may
build your
not
team
hit.
through the draft in the NFL, bro. We know this. We know this, guys. Why y'all acting like
The
NFL?
Tampa Bay
We build the
Buccaneers
team
won
through
a
the
Super
draft,
Bowl
bro.
because they got Tom
They got
Brady.
the greatest quarterback of all time.
But then
Jay,
let's
what are you
trade for
talking
it
about?
then.
What are you talking
Let's
about?
trade
That has
18.
nothing to do with
Let's
trade.
trade 18 first rounds for Tom Brady then. Let's do
That has
that.
nothing to
That's
do
what
with
I be
trade,
trying. But
Sam.
that's
You
what
gotta
I'm
make it-
saying
You
though.
just brought something up for no reason.
No,
You
I'm
brought it
not.
up for
I'm not.
reason.
No, I did not. You just said they won it through the draft. They did
didn't
not draft
trade
Tom
anybody.
Brady. They didn't draft Tom Brady. They got Tom Brady through free agency. So stop saying you win. You do not win through the draft. You win with the best players. I can get the
I said
best
you
players by
build your
trade.
team through the
I
draft.
can get the best
That's
players
what-
by
I-
trade.
Yes, we know that.
Yeah, and we
I
lose,
know.
and we keep losing, and we're going to
We
lose
just
this
got to the
year.
AFC. What are you talking about? What are you
I'm
talking
talking about
about?
Super Bowls, right? Like
It's free agency. It's free agency. Yes, you said it. It's free agency and draft.
and trades.
Trading your not in the NFL. No, it's not. That's not his. No, it's not. Tell me that trade that switched everything. Tell me that trade that y'all keep talking about. Mike keeps asking about how much it costs to win the Super Bowl. What is that? What is that trade that won somebody to the Super Bowl? Tell me that trade. Tell me that defensive end
But
that won
that's-
somebody to Super Bowl. Tell me that cornerback that won somebody to Super Bowl. Tell me that offensive lineman that won somebody to Super Bowl. Y'all can't. Y'all just talking.
I'm asking you
Y'all
this,
can't.
Rat. I'm asking you
Y'all
this.
cannot tell me that.
Yes, I can.
Talk. Say it.
I'm gonna tell you right now. I got 15 of them. You want them? Jerome Bettis to the Steelers, won a Super Bowl in 1996. It's a fact. Brett Favre to the Jets, great trade. Randy Moss to the Patriots, great trade.
Yo, we going.
Eric
He
Dix
didn't
to
win
the
the
Colts.
Super Bowl. Like none of them won a Super Bowl.
Jerome Bettis did. The
Steelers
Steelers won a Super Bowl. It's a fact.
Oh my God, this
Steve
guy
Young
is
to the
crazy.
49ers.
Okay, come on,
That was a trade.
Let's go to the next one.
Yeah, but
Let's go to the next one.
Did Steve Young win it? Did he?
He sat on the bench for 3 years.
Did he win? You see what I'm saying? Now you want to move the goalposts. Like you see what I'm saying? You want to move the goalposts. Marshall Faulk to the Rams. They won They went to the Super Bowl. Joe Montana to the Chiefs. John Elway to the Broncos. They won a Super Bowl.
People that did not win Super Bowls.
John Elway won a Super Bowl. Yeah, like John Elway.
Somebody else.
John
My
Elway
voice is making stuff up.
Yeah, John Elway.
We're talking about that trade that year.
John Elway.
Where did he go?
He got traded to the
He
Broncos.
did for his whole life.
No,
He did for his whole life.
John Elway was traded to the Broncos. See,
He
you know
got drafted to the Colts. He did not play, and he went to Denver.
John Elway was traded to the Broncos, and they won the Super Bowl. It's a fact.
Oh, when? They didn't win the Super Bowl to his last 2 years in the league. Like 20
So
years
what?
after he got traded.
He still got
Shut
traded.
Up. Let's keep going, bro. Let's keep going.
But he did.
You're making things up, bro. You're making things up. You're making my point. Thank you for that.
How
Let's move to the next
am I making your point?
Because you just sounded crazy as hell right there.
Because all the players I named got traded, and like 5 of them won a Super Bowl. It's a fact.
But I would say this, Rad.
Am I missing something?
Y'all crazy. No, you're lying to
like,
yourself. That's what you're doing.
And you do this a lot. You lump me and preaching together.
Name the players who didn't win the Super Bowl.
Y'all doing me. Y'all boys crazy.
But hold on, please. Let me ask you.
Now you're not arguing with me.
But
Now you're not. Now you're not arguing. That's fine.
Let me ask you this. I'm just asking the question. That's all I'm doing. Let me ask you this. So because it is a shift coming, because it was almost no trades really before, and now more trades are coming. And I like it too, like just the league learning more, people becoming more liberal, I guess, with it. You see people like going for it more on fourth downs, quarterback starting earlier. Like this is an argument that preacher make. Well, told me the quarterback that won, who played the first game. I got more history about people not doing it this way. People are trading more, especially McVay, because he's the most liberal person out there. Do you think over time that this will change, that people will start going for it in the draft or during free agency to go get the one piece? Or you think people still going to like, nah, I'm just going to build through the draft?
I think it's so tough because, comparing it to the NBA, if you want to compare it to something, it's like one player can change something. You know what I mean? A wide receiver adding to your team, how much is that really? What's the impact on that? A DN more so, I understand rushing the passer. I agree with that. But like, you dressing, was it 53 guys every day? Adding one more player to that's going, shift to Super Bowl or bust. You know what I mean? I don't believe so. It haven't done it yet. I don't believe so. I don't know how much.
We just seen it. Tom Brady. It shifted the team.
He was a free agent.
They was literally terrible. No. But you said one player can't shift the team.
Yes,
one player can shift the team.
You're right. Yes, you're right.
Okay.
Right, because Matthew Stafford right now, they
shifted the team.
Yes, it's possible. But now we talk about quarterbacks. That's different, right? Now it's a different.
That's what we
discussion.
talk about.
We're not. That's a force multiplier. So if we talk about quarterbacks, then okay. But who traded for a quarterback mid-season?
Well, that's why we got to give away the first-round picks. Give away 6 first-round picks.
But we're not trading for a quarterback. We're trading for a DN. So now, if we were trading for, if we didn't have Josh Allen, but if we didn't have Josh Allen, we wanted to get Deshaun Watson for a second and third or whatever for two. I'm like, all right, that's a force multiplier. Let's do it. I'm fine with that. So it's not don't make trades. It's like, what is he a force multiplier? Is he going to win games for you? Is he going to change life for you? I'm saying I don't think Von Miller's worth a second and a third. That was my whole point. I'm not saying don't trade at all, never. But we got into the argument because y'all was posing questions, so that's the argument that posed. But if we traded for a quarterback, a force multiplier, Matthew Stafford, when we talked about it back then, the Detroit Lions, the Rams, I said, hell yeah, that was worth it. I think Matthew Stafford is going to be great for these guys. He's a great a good quarterback, and put in a better position could be potentially great, and he's showing that. So yes, I definitely agree.
We got into the argument. You said my whole position was the second and third round is not as important as you think it is. That was my point. You were harping on the second and third round. I was just saying that the draft, we started because I said the draft is a crapshoot. They miss more than they hit. That is a fact. Like, it's a legit fact. More players are out the league and are not on second contracts than the antithesis of that. Like way more. Like way more. It's not even close. It's not even an argument. It's like 75% of more players flame out than the players that do hit. So it's like the draft is a crapshoot anyway. Getting a proven entity is that's just it. That's good business. It's always been good business, and the league has to catch up to that. That's all I'm saying. That's why in the NBA, giving away first rounds is irrelevant because
we know why in the NBA.
Why? Because
one play it's 5 players playing at a time. It's 12 people on your roster. The great player coming in is changing life. You know what I mean? That's a fact. We know that. It's clear as day. You know what I mean? For the NFL, even we bringing a good player in a high school team, you know, that might not change it if it's like it might not be nothing because it's like if the culture of everything ain't going right, it ain't going right. One player ain't gonna do nothing. But that's like NFL is just a different. It's a different. Yes, but it's a different thing. It's a different animal. It's a different animal. It's just a different animal. Way more moving parts.
Well, we got time to see what's going to happen with trades going down the line. I think it will be more trades. Once more people, more GMs who grew up playing fantasy football, who just trade players all the time, I think you'll see some trades increase.
Yeah, I see what happened with Houston. Houston tried to trade everybody, trade for everything, all the players in the world. They have no draft. But they're different. Example of the people doing what y'all said.
Deshaun Watson has.
No, you see how that go? I'll give an example, and that's different. Don't use that one. Use somebody else.
Are you referring to Deshaun Watson?
I'm talking about Laramie Tunsil. They gave up multiple picks for Laramie Tunsil. They don't have now. They don't got a quarter. Not like they gave up a lot of picks for a lot of things. The Houston Texans traded.
But the Houston Texans, if Deshaun Watson was still playing, they would still be a decent team.
They won't be.
So I don't know why you said that. They would still be a 500 team.
O'Brien.
But I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about they don't have no draft picks with all the players that was more.
It doesn't matter. You said a fourth multiplier. They have Deshaun Watson.
They sucked last year with Deshaun Watson, Sam. We watched it.
That's fine.
What are you talking about?
I've seen a lot of teams suck in the past years, with even great teams. So, what you're saying is irrelevant. They have Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson can win games.
I don't think the issue is the trading. The issue is Bill O'Brien.
Yeah, that has
Bill O'Brien was terrible.
Yeah, Deshaun Watson wins games. It's a fact.
Y'all got it.
He win more games than he lose. Yeah.
Bill O'Brien is terrible. I watched him.
You agree with that?
He might be terrible, but he did do the trades that y'all talking about, and it did not work.
But I don't like when people do that either, because that's like saying it. Like if somebody's stupid,
but that's
does
doing
it,
the same thing y'all
did. No, it's not. No, it is not.
Example, y'all
no, it is not. No, it is not, Rad. No, it is not. No, it is not.
Rad, when you was on 21,
I got it.
21, we got out.
I got it.
Somebody compared Evan Turner to Ben Simmons. Like, well, they do the same thing. You like, no, what he do and what he do are totally different. What me and Preach is talking about with Brandon Bean doing it and what Bill O'Brien, whatever the hell he was doing, is not even in the sham realm of what we were talking about. Bill O'Brien,
because that's because we talking about hindsight.
No,
we talking about hindsight.
No.
He was doing it.
7 years ago.
He made the trades. He was willing to deal and making trades, and he was willing to deal and making trades.
We can segue
like y'all talking about.
We can segue into basketball because it's the same thing about the 3-point thing.
Well,
right?
Before we go to basketball, I do want to talk about Calvin Ridley at one point.
Oh, we want to talk about right now. But if we can talk about right now, just the shooting threes. The league should all shoot threes, but if you're a bad 3-point shooter, you shouldn't shoot them. That's just common sense, right? Oh, but no, everybody should. No, you can't shoot them. Stop doing it. It's not actually a good shot. That's the point. But Calvin Ridley,
I just gave an example of what y'all wanted, and y'all didn't like it. That's all it was.
No, you gave an example.
I gave an example who done somebody done it.
Well, we gonna see what happened with McVay.
What you did was mansplaining. But Calvin
did it too.
Calvin Ridley.
They didn't win yet.
Oh, they're winning. Well, Calvin Ridley.
So are we?
We suck. Calvin Ridley. Mental health, man. Is a real thing. And I'm gonna be honest. What happened to Calvin Ridley? I don't know if that happens 5, 10, 15 years ago. Definitely in the manner that it happened and the reception of it, right? I think it would have been a lot more backlash. He's quitting on the team. He's not mentally tough, so on and so forth. But I think with our heightened sense of awareness of
Ricky Williams.
Yeah, he's crazy. He's smoking weed. Yeah, he's lost it.
Even what the hell was with Richie Incognito and the other dude?
Yeah, he quit. Yeah, he said he couldn't. I can't think of his name.
Yeah, talk about he was soft and Richie was bullying him, and he went on Oprah and people was killing him.
They killed him.
That was a couple years ago.
Yeah, that was a couple.
TJ was soft though.
That might have been true too. That might be.
No, when we revisited, it was like, bro, he was.
Oh yeah, he was.
He was giving it up
He
too,
could
but
dish
he
it.
just
You can't
kind of.
take it.
Yeah, that's what it was. That's what it was when we revisited
Yeah,
it.
that's what it was.
He was
The dude from Miami. That's what it was. But
it was.
But
He was giving it out.
In the Calvin Ridley situation,
Pause.
all I gotta say is prayers to him. I don't know what he's dealing with, but I do know that he was on the verge of getting a big contract. This was a contract year for him, and for him to say like I can't do this in a contract year with his it's money dependent on it. I mean, it's a livelihood. Whatever it is, it must be something serious.
Yeah, hopefully everything goes, smooth for him. Whatever he's going through, he can work through it. Get the help he needed. I mean, it's good to realize that you need help now, then wait if things get worse. Like money isn't everything. I think he missed 2 games prior, and then he realized, hey, I can't keep going back and forth trying to juggle, my career with my mental health. So he made a decision. A lot of people may, think it was a wrong decision, but you don't know. You're not living his life. You don't know what he's going through. It was a major move, a major decision. And like you said, hopefully everything, works out for him in the long run. Prayers to him and, everybody else that's involved, if it's any other people.
Yeah. Prayers to Calvin really. Hope everything is well. Hope he get his mentals right. And he can be back on the field doing what he love, if that's what he want to do, So whatever you gotta do to figure that out, you are the most important person. Self-help, self-stability, all that, so that's all important.
I know in our group chat, you asked us about Ben Simmons, right? And like, cause I guess he's dealing with mental health things now, but people have been killing him. And you was like, what's different between him and Simone Biles and Naomi Osaka? And I'm not going to just assume what you was trying to say, but it seemed like you was trying to allude to like Ben Simmons is getting treated like this because he's a man. And I didn't agree with that per se, but you see right here with Calvin Ridley, he hasn't been telling his coach, suck my dick. He hasn't been, being a baby in the media. He been doing his thing, and he just needed to step away. People, he received love with open arms. Even fantasy owners, I didn't really hear people complaining about him quitting too much through fantasy.
I'm upset.
So I thought this was.
No, I mean, I'm still upset.
Yeah. But I normally I would have went on Twitter like, man, but I'm like, nah, he got to dealing with some shit. I'm gonna let him rock. And I'm gonna try to pick up somebody. So shout out to Calvin. Shout out to anybody dealing with anything. We big on mental health here. We talk about it a lot. I'm a big proponent of therapy. So if you need anything, man, go ahead, do it, because you're like Rad said, you are number one, your health is number one. So I'm glad we said that. Speaking of mental health, somebody need to check on Scottie Pippen, man. His book is coming out. A little. Let me read this.
Unguarded.
I'm gonna read it. I'm actually gonna read it. We also read it and talk about it.
I'm not reading
the book. I'm not reading Scottie Pippen book. No way, hell.
The special edition, Unguarded edition. So this is what it said. An excerpt from Unguarded. It said, Michael was determined to prove to the current generation of fans that he was larger than life during his day, and still larger than LeBron James, the player many consider his equal, if not superior. So Michael presented his story, not the story of The Last Dance. Over the next few weeks, I spoke to a number of my former teammates who each felt as disrespected as I did. How dare Michael treat us the way after everything we did for him and his precious brand? So that's an excerpt from his joint. So he's saying that other players were upset too, but no one else said anything. And MJ did it because he wanted to show that he's bigger than LeBron. Your thoughts?
All those things are probably true. And he still is great. He still is The Last Dance. If they didn't center around him, the fact that it was centered around him and did the numbers it did, what he went through was greatness. We wanted to see Michael Jordan, not the Bulls. I mean, yeah. I mean, it could have been prompted by LeBron winning the ring. It probably was. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying I'm not gonna try to poo-poo Pippen, because even in the doc, you saw some bad side of Jordan. It wasn't all roses for Jordan. He was a bad teammate. People didn't like him. People fought him and stuff. So I think they showed the good. I mean, they showed the good and bad sides. I think to a lot of people, and I don't know if he felt most affected. Obviously, he felt affected by it. But I thought they did. I mean, when I was watching it, I didn't necessarily. Obviously, him not going to the game. Yes, that was a big deal. But besides that, I think they put Pippen on it better. I thought they showed him to be better. I thought when I left it, I thought Pippen was better, not Blesser. But everybody got their own eyes to it. So I mean, hopefully he figured it out. I don't know. Man, I don't know. I mean, he is going through a lot, I guess. But I think all things are true. I don't think, I mean, I think all things were true.
Shout out to Pippen, man. He getting that bag. Like Rad said, most of it probably is true, but he getting that bag, man. His book gonna sell out across the nation. It might be one of the top sellers. Probably. So I mean, he's a very smart guy because he could have went to the media, which he did for the most part, but he's put it on paper, black and white. So people can see it, people can read it. Like I said, it's gonna be a top seller. He's gonna get that bag. But I mean, people should see the truth. I mean, you can't really get the truth from one side. It's always good to hear both sides. Just like in a room of court, in a court of law, you got the plaintiff and the defendant. It's always good to hear both sides just to see, if there's any conflict of interest or anything that's, leading somebody in a different direction or whatever you want to say. But it's good to get both sides. Shout out to Pippen getting that bag. Number one seller.
Well, I guess what's the other side? Are you saying the MJ side is
the MJ side and the teammate side? Okay. The other people involved. MJ, may make things look one way, and the teammates, you wasn't, it wasn't as sweet as you said.
He wasn't that good.
But I don't.
I'm not saying that.
They're not saying that.
The issue is, I mean, well, we haven't heard it, but the issue is, I think there are maybe some teammates that are resentful of the Last Dance, but I'm sure there are some teammates who are happy about it. I mean, just like there are always sides to it, but at the same time, this footage, like a lot of it, like this. I think in the moment obviously they had to know that Michael Jordan was special. Obviously, the whole world knew.
I mean, yeah, he was going for a 6th ring at that point.
But that's what I'm saying. So like this footage was meant to put him in this light. Like it was like they filmed it so he can be this. Like just so 15, 20, 30 years, however many years down the road, it's like, okay, I'm capturing this moment because obviously this is a special moment. I mean, Scottie Pippen may be resentful. I mean, it's tough. I mean, he's in his own skin. I don't speak for the man. But, I guess from my vantage point, it's like, Scottie Pippen was great in his own right. Top 50 player, one of the best defensive players of all time, so on and so forth. But, I mean, Michael is Michael. He's a legend. He's an icon. He's
Michael.
Like,
Jordan.
I mean, it's really,
Jordan, bro.
It's nothing really. And I think the pandemic put a bigger microscope on it, like The Last Dance. I think that if it was released like in regular time, maybe in 2019 prior to the pandemic, it would have still been big, but it may not have been as big as it really was. Like there were think pieces coming out about it, a lot, and too, when stuff like this, if old videos come out of us, a lot of those emotions start coming back up, and a lot of that resentment or whatever you felt at the time. That and maybe he felt that way. Maybe it was like, dang, he getting all the light and I'm not getting it, even in that moment. So I think it's a little bit of that too. It's like emotions just started rising. But I mean, yeah, it is what it is. Scottie has a right to his own story. It's fine. He's a grown man. He can talk about whatever he want to talk about.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I don't got no problem with it.
Yeah.
I mean, Jordan, if he feel like, I mean, the issue is that he, I guess he feel, because he was in a doc, but I guess he felt like they portrayed him differently in the wrong way or something like that. So and everybody felt like Jordan had the last say, which I'm sure he did, which he should have. Yeah. But this your book. You go do your thing with your book. Exactly. You know what I mean? Give it up. But you just don't want it to be. You wish they could have figured it out. Obviously, but hey,
there's nothing to figure out.
It don't happen. Scottie a little hypocritical though, because he gonna complain about the doc being about Jordan, then go write a book about Jordan. Yeah. They're like, bro, you doing exactly what the doc did.
He just talking, bro. He talking.
You know where your bread is buttered?
Yeah, he talking.
Your bread is buttered by Michael Jordan. Go write a book about him. People want to hear it. People don't care about Scottie's story. Come on. That's a fact. I mean, but if you're talking about Jordan, people care, obviously. I mean,
he's synonymous with Jordan. It's like, bro, you synonymous with
He
him.
will
I mean,
always be. Yeah.
I don't know if you. I don't know if I should just, bro, embrace it. Like you know what I mean. You Pippin. You know what I mean, Scotty. I mean, you the Pippin. You know the Batman, Robin. You know what I mean. I mean, it is what it is. You can a niche for that. You can. You know, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know, man. I thought, but once again, I thought leaving the doc. I thought it was some bad low lights for Scotty. But I thought I ended up leaving with him feeling better about Scottie Pippen.
But those happened. Those were real.
Those was real.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's on you.
He didn't finish. And he did finish the finals in Utah. He didn't finish. Like Jordan, that whole sequence, he wasn't in the game. He stole it from Malone. That whole joint, he was in the locker room. That's real.
It's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, what do you want to do?
Man, to the victor.
I was heroic. One of the greatest series ever, and then you happen to be in the locker room. I'm sorry.
To the victor goes the spoils, bro.
I don't know what you want to say. I don't know, man. I don't know. But he going through a lot, man. I mean, you know, his wife.
Shout out to Scotty.
A lot of stuff.
It's getting crazy.
Going through life, bro.
It's wild 100 over there, G.
I heard she was at Drake party, bro. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's wild.
Birthday party.
Oh man, she belonged to the streets.
She definitely belongs to the streets.
The last name and everything still. She need to come off that last name, though. She need to come off that last name.
And that's another thing, yeah. Like, come
she
on,
need to come off that last name,
back, man.
Yo,
Men should be able to take last names back, man.
Are we going there?
Segue King.
Will Smith.
Why are we going there? Speaking of last names, I have now started referring to Jada Pinkett as only Jada Pinkett. No more that Jada Pinkett Smith shit. She's Jada Pinkett. I'm every post I put up on Facebook has a hashtag cancel Jada Pinkett in it. We got to get her out of here, dog. She's bad. She's bad for the black community. So we have to get her out of here. I told y'all Will should have left her a long time ago, man. Every week I'm sick of coming in here and there's something new with her embarrassing Will Smith. And Mills and Rad, you were trying to throw them some bail, like, we don't know about their relationship. And yes, while they may have whatever, I said, you can't keep embarrassing this man. And what did she do? She came out and embarrassed him some more, talking about sex. You got Future talking about he'd rather hang with Jada.
That was wild.
It's getting nasty. It's getting wild for my guy Will. I'm gonna throw it to Rad. That's one of your guys you hold up on the pedestal. I'm gonna toss it to you to get your thoughts.
Well, I actually watched the interview and it wasn't clickbaited. So when you actually watch it, it's not that. She was taken out of context. It was not. But that's fine. The clickbait. She didn't even say what the original thing in the original headline that I saw. She didn't even say none of that. A lot of it was just kind of like
uncomfortable with Will. Talking about sex uncomfortable.
She did say. All of them said it. All of them said it's uncomfortable. Literally every last one of them said it's uncomfortable to talk about sex with their male partner. All of them said it, and she was kind of she didn't give no sauce to it. It wasn't no real. I was kind of waiting. I was kind of literally waiting. She didn't give no real sauce on some. She was just saying it's hard to talk about 20 years. It's hard to talk about sex with my partner. I mean, that's what she said. And then she kind of kept going. I was waiting for something else, and then nothing else happened that made me think that she was dissing him. You know what I mean? Personally, but I understand why. I understand where the heat came from, because it's like you already under heat. You should just leave those comments to yourself. But she had, Gwyneth Paltrow on talking about sex. It was, it was an interesting conversation. I say that because what they talked about. Let's say this. Let y'all talk about the whole Jada, how y'all felt about what happened, because that's kind of, what they talked about was kind of more serious. But what's your original thought?
I would have tossed it to Mills, because when you said, about it's uncomfortable talking about sex, Mills just like, yeah. So I'm curious to see.
No. I wasn't saying. I was just saying, like, they've been together since 1997, I think.
Right after Pac died. See, his
1997. I'm just saying, like, your relationships.
They were together when Pac was alive, guys.
As time, I'm just saying, as time go on, relationships change. Like, I don't know if y'all watched that TikTok, but they had the TikTok out there, like the first week of a relationship.
Oh yeah.
Second month of relationship. Like, things change, conversations change. You may have sex with your significant other every day when y'all first get together. But then when y'all 20 years down the line, y'all might go down to once or twice a week. So things just change. But at the end of the day, in a marriage,
would you want Lex telling everybody, like, yeah, me and Mills, we have sex once a week now? Would you want her on the podcast?
No, that's what I'm about to say. Like, at the end of the day, in a marriage or relationship in general, like, your personal business should be your personal business, in my opinion. Like, people shouldn't be allowed to come into your personal space and know what's going on inside your marriage, especially if it's like belittling your significant other or making somebody look bad. At the end of the day, that's your partner. You're supposed to make each other look good at the end of the day. So keep your business to yourself. If I can give anybody some advice, keep your business to yourself.
On Melly.
I don't as far as this Jada thing, I guess she's just very hypocritical. Only from the standpoint of she can red table talk everybody, but you can't talk to your husband. Like stop it. Like Jada, stop it. Like you can go home. You can miss me with all that. I'm just saying like you can get in touch with everybody else's feelings. When it comes to your husband, you can't get in touch with his feelings. Like what are we really saying though? Like you can.
That's what she's saying. That was the conversation. That's what they all
and
are
that's
saying.
the problem. That is the problem. But what I'm saying
that's
is
the problem. That's what they were saying. It's a problem. That's what they was trying to tackle.
But also so you can be in touch with August Osita feelings. You can be his like what are we talking about? Like what are you really what are you really saying? At that point, then why are we together then? I mean that begs that question. Why are you with Will Smith? And I don't know. Will, the thing is, Will hasn't necessarily spoken like if Will was like dissing her or whatever the situation is behind the scenes. I'm not sure, but we are hearing Jada. And what we're seeing from Jada is, she's trash, yo. It's like Jada.
The problem is if you're gonna allow something one time, you know that person gonna think you're gonna allow it again. They're gonna just keep doing it.
It's a fact.
Until you put your foot down.
So
until Will put his foot down and say, "Yo, you gotta stop, babe. You gotta stop. It's over. Like you gotta stop." She gonna keep doing what she want to do.
In pre-production, we talked about that female that you have interactions with, whether it be school, whether it be work, or whatever the situation is, and she's like very, very annoying, and then you be like, "Yo, man, I know her dude probably like, yo, I can't, yo, she's terrible."
I feel bad for Cuz.
Right, like Cuz, man, I know every time she come home, he like, "Oh my God, this chick here," you know what I mean? And they out there, we know them, y'all know them. For me, Jada is that person. Like I say that, like I feel bad for Will, man. I think Will tried to do the good thing and stick it out for the kids and for all parties involved, for the money,
like 19.
for the empire.
Oh, the youngest kid is like 19.
For the money, for the empire.
But still,
20, maybe
like
21.
Kids, like I mean, at 19, 21, if your parents get divorced, it's still your parents getting divorced though.
It is. No matter how it is.
They knew about August, so they already thought they were probably broken up anyway. He was in the house.
Well, I think
his best friend. He was friends with Jada.
I think the open relationship was Jada's idea. That's how I believe the open relationship was Jada. She like proposed that to him, and Will being the successful man that he is, I think he just went with it, to try to keep this semblance of family, because he came from a broken family. We know that, right? Like we understand, like his triggers.
Yeah, he didn't want to get. He didn't want to. He divorced his first wife. He said
he never wanted to do that again.
Divorce again.
Exactly. So I mean, she knew that, and she's just causing all hell in his life because of that. But
yeah, but I mean, but if you agree with that, then it's still on Will. That still don't make Will choice to stay in that her fault. It's got to be Will fault, right?
I'm not necessarily blaming. What I'm saying is I'm blaming her for her bad behavior.
Yeah, I don't want to blame. I don't victim blame. Right? Yeah. Will is a victim, and we need to help our brother. We need to help him out. So I wasn't going to talk about this, but since we are here, and it's kind of on topic. Do I want to give background, or do I want to? I'm gonna just ask the question, and then I'll give more context. But I guess I would ask this: are we too respectful? I'll go. Fuck it. Are we too respectful as Black men sometimes to our women? Do you think?
Absolutely. I was just having this conversation earlier.
Yo, preach out to that.
Yo, preach can't wait for this.
I was just
Mills. I didn't tell Priest what I was going to ask this question during pre-production, but I'm like, yo, I got a question I want to ask, but I ain't gonna ask it. But he told me to ask it. I just did. He was ready for it. Go ahead, Preach.
I think what we got to be careful of is you don't want women to usurp the authority of a man. That's when family that's when the world breaks down. It's a fact. I was literally just having a conversation with my cousin and one of my friends, and they was on the other side of it. But if you look at it, a lot of time, I'm just being honest, y'all. Like people can say whatever they want to say, but if you look at it from the beginning of time, it's when women usurp the authority or when women do certain things and men allow it, then problems happen. That's not to say that women shouldn't have a say. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying women should not help the man. They should help the man. But men should have the authority. And I think a lot of times what's happening, especially in this new movement, is that men is becoming to taking a back role and allowing women to make so many decisions, and it's affecting the family, it's affecting the world. And I agree yes, it's on the man too, because the man has allowed it, and that's a problem too. I think that we gotta become strong again. That does not mean abusive. Strong doesn't mean abusive. It doesn't. Strong does not mean not listening. That it doesn't mean those things. But what it does mean is that you take control and you take leadership, right? Just in any place of business, we have leaders, right? They take the leadership role. That doesn't mean they don't listen to their subordinates, right? It doesn't mean that. That doesn't mean that they don't allow them to have a say in certain things. But what it does mean, in certain situations and in most situations, they take the lead and they move things forward. And I think it's becoming more prevalent. Like you see it happening over and over and over again. We got to be careful of these YouTube stars and these fake relationships that they showing to us, man. Like they're putting out these ideas and agendas. Like it's subtle, but you see it. The women taking control, pranks and things that I've never seen. Listen, my mother has never pranked my father. I've never seen that. I don't know what that. Don't play with me. I'm not someone to be played with. We can laugh. We can have fun, but don't prank me. I'm not a child. We're not friends. I'm your husband, and you treat me as that. And we've lost that. And that's the problem.
Well, that's something I talked about last episode. I was like, yo, me, Angie, we won't do none of that play fighting shit. We won't do none of that dishing. Like, nah, none of that at all.
What if you run into a situation when a woman is a better leader than a man?
Then she don't need to be with that man. That man need to go deal with himself. He need to go figure himself out. That's what happens.
I mean, you have stuff like that. Some women are just more of a leader, more of a, a dominant. They take control. They know what they want. They know how to make things work. They put you in a place in a position to be successful. Like some men just don't have that mindset. They don't have that ability to lead.
And that may be true. I understand there's a lot of things that are happening in this world, and that may be true. I'm not denying what you just said, but what I am saying is that if women are as smart as they say that they are, right? Women profess to be smarter than men. Can we all agree on that point? That's what they say, right? They mature faster. Is that?
What was that drink? Women go to
Venus
Jupiter
to get more college, more knowledge.
Right? That's a fact.
Jupiter get more stupider.
If that be the case, and if they believe themselves to be more intelligent and more witty, or whatever the situation may be, then I think that they need to use that wit to still be able to put the man in front, but be able to still hold things together as well. See, that's what people don't understand. A lot of the new age women criticize the yesteryear generation, but what they don't understand is that they had a say. And men will tell you they ran the house, they did a whole, but they never usurped the authority of their husband. They just didn't do it. And that's what people gotta understand. It's like you gotta learn how to play your position and play your role. That's it. That does not mean lesser.
Yeah, feminine doesn't mean weak.
Right. I was listening to Michael Eric Dyson today on the Breakfast Club, intelligent black brother, and he speaks to these things, right? He speaks to these things, and there's a lot of nuance going on, right? There's a lot of nuance going on in the world, but femininity is not weak. It's not. Black women, just because like you can be feminine, you can be those things in the household. You can do all those things and still be a strong black woman. Like that's my only issue. I push back on that stuff. Rad, you've been quiet.
I'm just listening. The question. What's the original question?
I know you listening.
Are we? I'll pose it as, are we too respectful? As black men.
What's the context? So then Brad answer. He's not gonna answer that. He's not gonna answer that.
So I, it's fair. It's fair. I just want to see what y'all want to say. So, you know, I live in Michigan. It was Michigan versus Michigan State. Big thing. My boy Dirk, shout out Dirky. He had a party. Now Dirk, my old roommate, and went to college with him. He's white, but he's not just a regular white boy, but like he's a hockey white boy. So all his friends play hockey, and like the hockey white boys are different than like basketball white boys, different football. Like this, the hockey white boys are a different breed. Hockey players, different breed, and like somebody fiance was there and somebody girlfriend was there, and I just know like whenever say Lex and Sean is around, like we are going to change up how we act a little bit. We're gonna have to, you know, a little bit more respectful, cut down the B words, cut down like the different kind of jokes, right? It's almost like our mom is in the room, our aunt's in the room, but really it's like it's just, you know, Rad fiance, Mill's wife. Bro, when I tell you they did not care that it was women around, they was wilding, they was calling her a bitch, calling them, like they telling her to shut up. Like they don't care. They don't hold their women up to like a pedestal a lot of times. Like we
should we be like that?
Well, no, I'm just asking. Well, so I'm sitting there and like they ain't tripping. They laughing, they giggling, they doing this thing, and they say, hey, me and her, we going shopping, and then they left. And I just sat here like, yo, like we don't do that. I'm not saying that's the right way. That's why I'm just asking, like, because I know Middle Eastern and Palestinian people. I know how they treat their women.
Most do. Most cultures do, Mike. Yeah. We the only ones that don't. That's all I'm saying. This is my only problem with America. We believe we are always right, but every other culture doesn't do that. And they look at us like this is crazy. It doesn't make sense that y'all allow these women to just go run roughshod. But we don't. But we actually don't do that. You go to Russia. You go to Middle East, you go to Africa, you go anywhere. It doesn't happen. You go to Mexico, it's not even a thing. People don't even think about doing it because it's something that should not be done. According to them. Apparently, according to them. According to the rest of the world, this shouldn't happen. But according to America, it should happen. How do you feel about that, Rad?
I think it's a happy medium here. I think what Mike was just talking about, I don't. You know, I would even want, I don't know. That's just something, I don't know if it's a culture thing. Our black moms, you know, we wouldn't want, you know, our dad talking like that to our mom. You know, if you heard your dad say something, because if you heard your dad say something too crazy to your mom, your chest got up sometimes. Like, yo, who you, like, what's going on? Well, I've never heard it, but sometimes if it happened, I was attentive to like, my dad rose his voice to my mom. It was antenna up. What is going on right now?
Let me push back for a second though. If you heard that every day from the time you was born to by the time you was 13 and it happened, you wouldn't turn. You would just keep playing the game.
Why didn't?
I think, but do you think you turned because it was like whoa,
out of ordinary.
Yeah, it was out of ordinary, right?
Yeah. So I mean, you asking should we be more like I don't know what you. But I mean, I've been to households where I've seen that, and that's not something I aspire to be like. You know what I mean? Because calling her out her name, you know, not giving her respect, like asking her to leave when my friends come in. Because you know the conversation is going to be different. Like you know what I mean. I think that's respectful. I don't think it's too much respect. You know what I mean? I'm not saying what the hockey players do is wrong either, but I'm gonna say I'm not jealous of that. You know, I'm not. You know, that's not something I want to do. I think that's a good thing. I think that's a badge of honor we should hold. I mean, I don't think that's a bad thing at all.
I'm not.
Do women change how they act when we are around?
Yeah. When I come upstairs from when I'm in the basement, I come upstairs.
Just in general.
Yeah, like when men walk in the room and women talking, they stop. The conversation stop. They be like,
"What room what rooms are you walking in?"
My room.
I'm walking into a room.
Y'all never walked in a room when women was talking. They stopped talking, had their conversation.
I'm not saying.
I'm saying something different.
Yes,
maybe it don't happen to y'all. When I come in the room and women talking, when I come in the room, women talking, their conversation changes.
I just asked
what
room.
I don't got that cachet.
I just asked what room.
I apologize to y'all.
I didn't say that. I just said what room.
Any room when women in and out walking.
I Boaz. I didn't know you had like that. My bad.
I'm sorry. Get like me. I'm sorry.
I'll say this.
Nigga, right turn heads. My
Big stepper. Big stepper.
I'll say this. I agree. I'm not saying we should call women out their name. I'm not necessarily professing that at all. But what I am saying is that I was talking to
and you born in the church. And you born. I'm born sister.
That has nothing.
That has everything to do with it. Being born in the church, far as respect, far as how to talk. Women not even in the room. Women not even allowed in the room for some conversations. You like you not even have certain conversations around women, let alone at church.
No, I know. That's what I said. I don't know why you're using church what are you using church for?
Being brought up in church, the respectfulness for all the women in positions, the ushers, the all the women in positions. It's a certain respect level you have.
The issue is,
what do you mean?
The issue is
that affects you. So I'm saying being born.
The antithesis of that is that they say that we demean women in church. Like that's the whole point, because we don't give them certain positions. But anyways, that's
different. That's the difference about probably levels of power. I'm talking about conversation, person to person.
That's just manners. That's manners.
Mother. Yes.
But those are manners.
Mike was talking about manners. Mike was talking about they didn't have manners to their girlfriend.
Excuse the name calling and whatever. But I'm just saying, like,
that's what you emphasize.
We hold our women up on a higher pedestal than a lot of other men. So I'm asking about that.
What I'm saying is, okay, my point is, and I'm not going to tell these guys occupation, but it was a wife and a husband, and then another wife and a husband, and it was another person. It was at dinner, and the one person who did not have his wife there, he told the one dude, he was like, "Yo, you ugly as hell." This is the conversation that they have. Wife was very, very, very upset. You ugly. I don't know why anybody would ever be with you. Wife sitting right there, and everybody laughing around the table. And the only reason I said that to say is it's like, at this point, I think that those those things, people wouldn't do that now, right? And I think that's what Mike is kind of getting to. Like, if we had our significant others around, I don't know if, like, Mills is not gonna tell Mike, like, "Yo, you ugly as hell. I don't know why nobody is with you." Like, Mills is not gonna say that.
Mike will say that to Mills. Might be Mike. I mean, that's possible.
I don't think Mike is gonna say that in front of. Yeah, he's not gonna do that. We would have this.
Y'all never said nothing in front of nobody, lady.
Oh, I have all the time. You know me. I don't hold no bones. I'm talking.
I think that's in my mature age. Hell no. Somebody wife.
Well, regardless, but the point is
I think our friend group have said things in front of people.
Absolutely.
Not in like in a mean way, like the meaning way, but jokes I love jokes.
Mills as in fantasy football. Yeah, I would say
or just
that.
any, just stuff.
But
stuff that
but
people
we're
say.
saying, but like as of now, like people, our friend group is not getting married. We don't have, like, it's not just girlfriends anymore. It's engagements. It's marriage. So it's not. We haven't been in this space long enough to really have a great sample size.
I stepped on your point. Keep finishing your point. Like, you saying they wouldn't do that because of the wife?
No, I'm saying there? like back then it was you be quiet. You be quiet. Men are talking. Now it's like women try to enter into the conversation. It's not your time to enter into this conversation. It's a you be quiet.
For me, now if I call Mills ugly, I think Lex would dish me back.
Yeah, and it's unacceptable.
So it's different. It's different
for me. For me, I just half the time there's no need to really mix the two. Sometimes you can, it's there, but women just don't. I mean, what's the scenario that we always, It's like,
even if you do
in that, I'm saying in that moment, that's the moment where it's just not me and you. She just not gonna be here and be quiet. It's just not. We're just not us two. It's four of us here. You know what I mean? So I'm not even, if I wanted just a me and you conversation, she would not be here. But you stay home. That's the way I would do it. I don't have to shut you up in the moment. Just stay home. I'm just going out with my man.
It's not a whether you should have to shut her up. She should shut up, is what we're saying. Like, that's how it was. Why is that? The point is, why is that wrong and why is this right? The fact that so it's not wrong for women to know in certain situations they need to be quiet.
I don't think it's wrong at all. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm not saying, and I know that's a you, and I really don't think that's a this time error. I think more so it's anytime error because that's just a relationship between you and your wife. Because sometimes the wife or the woman you want, that's a man thing. You as a man has to determine that in your relationship. It can't be no societal overarching, this is how it's supposed to go. No, that's too broad. Like, about that. Because it's too broad. Because sometimes she needs to say something. Sometimes she needs to say something because you are getting walked over. Like sometimes some men don't say nothing in certain situations.
The problem
is,
a
woman might. Or she might need to pull you. Something needs to be said. Having her there might nudge you in a way or push you in a way to say something. Say something, bro. Like something needs to be said.
But the issue is,
so that's important. That can be valuable.
But wait a minute.
That can be valuable.
But the issue is. You are more embarrassed when she does do that because she showed I'm just telling you, right?
That's what I'm saying. It all depends on you and your relationship. It all depends on your relationship because she can learn how to do it. Maybe at first it was an embarrassing thing. Now she's learning how to do it.
In a place.
Now she's learning what she should do. She be like, because her antenna's up to something that yours might not be.
It was a societal principle that women should be seen and not heard. Can we all agree on that point?
It was.
That was a societal principle. Women should be seen and not heard. Is that wrong?
Sure. I don't know if it's wrong.
I'm not that far, but I think it is. It's times when Angie and her friends come over. I'm like, all right, this is a woman's place. I don't need to say a word about nothing that's going on in here. Y'all doing your woman thing. I need to go and be in my place. But when I would say that to Angie, like, no, this is a men's place. She would take it as I was being like sexist at first. And like, no, when your friends over, y'all do your thing. When me and my friends are here and we doing our thing, this is a men's place. And I think sometimes we don't even tell women like, yo, this is a men's space. Like, I don't know why they shouldn't have really even been there. But like, yo, this is a men's space and men is doing men's shit. And sometimes we just need to rock out.
Yeah, you got to tell her that though.
Yeah,
that's a fact. That's the issue. That's why I said it's a man. You got to tell your wife, like, assuming she should know that. Like, that's just you. Let's go back to the Jada Pinkett thing. That's the whole point. She said her whole issue was that she used to think Will should read her mind about sex. She didn't tell him nothing. She just thought you should read my mind. You should know how to satisfy me sexually. Now, that's a bigger conversation is.
Oh, that's wild.
Do all men? No, that's what she was. This is me.
Okay.
Do all men talk to their significant other and making sure they satisfy sexually?
No.
Do that something men do or something should we care about?
Communication is lacking in most relationships. That's a fact.
You said should we care?
Should we care enough to talk to our females to say, hey babe, am I satisfying you sexually? And if not, what should I do better? Is that a conversation that we should have? That's the conversation they was having. So it's the conversation as men. Should we have that conversation? Should we get better at
yes.
that?
And if you've been in this world any length of time, and if you're mature, and if you've been with any length of women, then you would do that.
That's what she was saying. But the conversation is, the conversation was that doesn't happen for women. A lot of women are scared to say. A lot of women are faking orgasm, are faking sex, are faking a lot of things because
that's not a new revelation.
But it's a community. Yes, that's what they was tackling. That's how it got into a different thing because she was saying, yeah, we was together 20 years and it was hard for communication sometimes. Boom, then she went in whatever. So it was a normal thing that most people would say. But she got her baggage and all the other stuff, so she probably shouldn't have said it. She probably shouldn't have said it. It's like, yo, you gotta let that one go. You gotta let that one go. But that's what I'm saying. It was just a headline. The headline flipped it, but it was something that it's a real conversation that needs to be had. Men need to talk to their females about that. Like some men don't. Some men don't care. Men don't mature. A lot of men don't mature in sex. They stay the same.
Yeah, that's a fact. Because it's trauma. It's trauma.
Yeah. Right, I know you said that the headline flipped it, but it's like, yo, if you got a felony, like you shouldn't be nowhere close to
any
nothing
felonies,
that can send you back to jail.
Yeah, facts.
Janet shouldn't be nowhere close to doing nothing that could end up in the headline. She should be doing.
Well, I mean, that's assuming that she thinking she's doing something wrong. Or will. I will. So. Clearly, I don't think. To be honest with you, based on what I read, based on what I watched,
he's not even talking to her.
I don't think she did anything wrong, and she don't think I don't think she did anything wrong. Okay, let me say this. Based on her previous track, like you said, I guess it's something wrong. But the conversation was an important conversation because a lot. I mean, for real, I think I should go listen because a lot of men don't care.
I don't want to go.
A lot of men just do their thing and keep it pushing.
I think
a lot of men do not care about the women's sexual needs.
But also,
They thrust and keep it pushing.
that's a fact. That's a fact.
That's a fact.
That is a fact.
That's a fact.
That is a
I
fact.
know, but they said trust to keep it
They
pushing.
trust and keep it pushing, bro. Like that's how it gets. And a lot of women are not satisfied.
And that's but also too though, it's two sides to that coin. We don't have to get into that now though.
And why? Because of communication.
Oh yeah,
Because a lot of women think men should know. They should know, and they don't. And nobody talking to nobody.
Yeah, that's true. But also,
Nobody talking to nobody.
Certain men is just like it is what it is. I'm here to get what I got.
Yeah.
Fact.
I was like, yeah. I mean, like, if I got 5 minutes, I got 2 business deals I gotta close. You got 5 minutes. I don't care about nothing about you talking about. You got 5 minutes. Let's make it happen, and then I'm gone. I mean, if you working like that,
right?
If you working like that, then okay. And Mills, you work 89 hours a week. You talking about?
You gotta make time.
Yeah, you gotta make the time. You gotta make
Sacrifice,
the time.
Make time.
That's behind it. So, Dan, I really don't want to get into nothing. We talked about sports already. I guess we just thought, since we are on the topic, y'all seen Patrick Mahomes? Let's talk about Patrick Mahomes and Russell Wilson, because their fiance and wife is on TikTok. You have Russell, Sierra twerking, and you got Patrick Mahomes, his fiance twerking, or do something crazy on there. Is that foul? Are they wilding for that? And we won't gotta stay here long.
Yeah, I don't want my my fiance or wife on any social twerking.
Me either.
That's me. It's that simple. But Sierra is, I mean, it's also different, right? Because like Sierra,
she's a sex symbol and she's been dancing.
She's
for
a
a long
sex
time.
symbol and she's been dancing her whole life. She's been twerking since she got on the TV.
Right.
So I mean, as Russell, you know,
it's
a
hard.
lot of times she's twerking in the kitchen. So you're not even mad at that because she's twerking in the kitchen and you right there. She's just doing it for whatever. She's trying to keep up appearances.
And maybe promotional. Yes, promotional.
She's trying to keep her appearance. She's trying to keep her sex appeal up. You know, she just had babies for you. She ain't going nowhere. You locked her up. You know what I mean? So I'm mature enough to, if I'm in that position, I'm gonna do what I'm thinking. But in position right now, no, you're not getting no money from that. You getting just attention from that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if you're getting a bag from that, I'm not even saying I'm okay with the bag, right? Because Russell got enough money. You don't need to, you know what I mean? It's like, bro, I got more. But Sierra,
come over
sex
to the
pop
side,
star,
right? Come over to our side.
Sierra, sex appeal pop star. You know, that's who she was when I met you. So
see, that's the facts, though.
Come on, I don't know. I don't believe in that. Because
Beyonce, but Beyonce is twerk every show. You not gonna tell Beyonce to stop. And he Jay-Z.
Right.
Well, I mean, if Sierra was doing it at a show, like that's different. Like be on TikTok is one thing. Like I don't.
It's all the same. Like
she makes money from TikTok, though.
It's all the same.
She's still a celebrity at the end of the day,
and she makes money.
You're not telling Beyonce to put on more clothes and stop twerking. You're not telling her that.
Well, it depends. I don't know about
no. Jay got $1 billion or $2 billion. He's not telling Beyonce to put on more clothes and stop twerking.
I don't know what he's telling her.
I can't equate Beyonce being at Beachella to Sierra with a little iPhone twerking in the kitchen. I can't. If you want to make that connection, you can. But
some men like that.
Saw Beyonce than Sierra.
Some men like it.
Beyonce than Beyonce.
Some men do like that though. So I mean,
but my thing is that it's hella men that go to grab a wife from the strip club. If you're a CEO,
Sierra's not a stripper though. That's not fair.
I know. No. I'm saying though, and those men be like, no, I don't want you doing that no more.
That's
you
true.
Can be my wife, then you gonna be
That's
my
a
wife.
fact.
So you can do that, but I mean, if you Sierra, then you're like, yo, this is what I do. Like, I'm sorry, I'm a dancer.
Now, Mahomes' wife, don't do that. Don't do that. You're out of your mind. You just had my kid. Well, come on, what we doing? I mean.
He said, what we doing? How much you?
Low key, nobody should even know you. Like, I mean, on some low key, like,
yeah, no, 100%. Nobody.
Like low key, you shouldn't even be like, come on, your followers gonna be your followers. Whatever, you can do what you think. Ha, a lot. I'm at the game.
He needs to have 40 followers on Instagram.
But that whole, because twerking, you trying to get more attention. Like, come on, we're not doing that. We're not doing that.
I Curry.
I got $500 million. We're not doing that.
Yeah, I mean, we're
not doing that. I own the Kansas City Royals. Like, we're not. Like, come on, we're not.
Yeah. See, exactly.
I got one topic about the NBA. Marcus Smart. Just then to end it. Yep. Marcus Smart. Okay, they Celtics was up 15 or whatever, 18, 19, 20. To the Bulls, my Bulls, Chicago Bulls, shout out to Bulls, number one in the East.
Yeah.
Shout out to Lonzo, you know what I'm saying? He's a force multiplier.
Lonzo.
He's a force multiplier, Lonzo Ball, so that's my guy. But they lost, and Marcus Smart had smoke for Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. He said, you know, every team scout report is to stop Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, and they know that. Everybody knows that, and if they don't want to pass the ball, then they're not gonna pass the ball. They gotta learn how to put that into their game. Until they do that, this is gonna happen all the time. He said that to the media straight out. Like he just said it. You know what I mean? So what do y'all think about, you know, him saying that to the media? Do y'all agree? What do y'all think about the stance of him doing that in the media? Like what's y'all whole shebang?
I agree, because I'm sure this conversation has happened in person multiple times.
You don't know that. So assuming you don't know that, what do you feel about it? Assuming you don't know that.
I do know that. But anyways, if I didn't know that,
he didn't say he did.
I think Marcus Smart is right from this standpoint. Y'all not winning. Like, if you were winning, I wouldn't really have anything to say. But since I'm not, since we're losing, what you're doing is detrimental to the team. Like, I was like, when I looked at the score, they were up by like 20. So I'm like, you got to be kidding me. And it's a direct result because of Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. Like, it is. Like, they it's just a situation that they're doing too much. They're like, you're not Kobe, you're not Michael Jordan. And sometimes it takes a Marcus Smart to say it to the media, because saying it to them, it's kind of difficult, because it's like, I don't know if they respect Marcus Smart on that level for them to be able to take constructive criticism in that way. But him putting it in the media, it's like, okay, listen, it's out there now. Either we deal with it or we don't, or y'all trade me or whatever. But like this, what we're doing now is definitely not winning basketball.
What about Boston organization? What about a GM? How you feel about Marcus Smart saying that?
I'm fine. Marcus Smart has said controversial things. This is not the first time. He's an outspoken person. You're not gonna shut him up, and I'm fine with it. I mean, it's like, what are like, and he's not lying. If he was wrong, then it would be an issue. He's not wrong. He's not wrong at all, actually.
I think if you came to school and I had a ad in the Tech Tribune that said "Pass the damn ball, preach," you would be tight.
Yeah,
you definitely want to pass the ball to Mike.
But that doesn't mean that
pass the ball to him.
But that doesn't mean that that's not right. That just means I'll be upset about it.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm gonna say this. I don't know that game specifically. Tatum had 22 shots. Jaylen Brown had 18. Marcus Smart had 11. He had 11 shots that game. Like, you know what I mean? It ain't like they was ball hogging. So I mean,
but it's coming down the stretch though.
And we can't tell by his shots, because I think he's just saying they were like, look at the turnovers, look at the ball hogging and all that. We gotta watch that. I know how they play. I know like, they play too. When I'm watching it, it's just like
Tatum is one dimensional. Tatum is one dimensional.
It's like he has a one track mind. He think he KD. He think he KD. Worst shots. He takes the worst shots I've ever seen in my life.
No, he think he legit Kevin Durant. He did have a crazy postseason. Like he got stuff on his resume to understand, like, he's becoming into this.
He's not that good
player.
He's just not that good. Like, I'm gonna be honest. Like, Jason Tatum has moved down pegs. Jason Tatum's not better than John Morant, in my opinion. He's just not. It's nowhere.
I like Ja. I'm a big fan of Ja. I think I think Ja must see TV. I think Ja is
like,
is nice.
He's not better than Trae Young. Like, he's no.
I don't know.
Like, he's nowhere near better than Trae Young. I'm taking Trae Young over him. Period.
I'm taking Tatum over Trae Young. You got to take this.
No, I don't have to take him. I actually don't, because there have been players like that. I don't have to take him. I would take Trae Young.
You would take Steph over KD
any day of the week. Any day of the week. I like the mentality more than I like the I don't like Kevin Durant's mentality. So I would never take a player like that in any way. And Jason Tatum's soft. He plays soft. So I'm definitely not taking
Jaylen Brown a dog.
Huh?
Jaylen Brown a dog.
Yeah, but he's just not as skilled as those players we've been talking about, in my opinion.
He not. But Jason Tatum is it's a few players I'll take over Jason Tatum right now. I know I don't know if I take Ja, but I like Ja a lot. I'm a big fan of Ja. Obviously Luka.
We had a Jason Tatum on our team. I'm just not gonna say his name, but we did.
I don't know. Jason Tatum, he got to figure it out, because we saw flashes. Got to Eastern Conference Finals early on without Kyrie. He put up 50. He was pretty much had them boys on his back last year. He just got to figure it out. I think he's KD. He's not, but I don't know. We'll see. But I mean, he could be.
I don't mind what he said.
I don't know.
I don't know. I think you handle stuff. I don't think you handle
In-house.
stuff through the media, in the media. But
Sometimes I know people here though.
That's what I'm trying to tell
I
y'all.
would say, but I mean, if you think they ain't listening and this the way
You
to
think
do
it's gonna
it,
work? Tell me what the best case scenario to this.
They have
They
to
start
trade
passing
one of
the ball to
them.
him?
No, they have to trade one of them. Jason Tatum
Who?
or Jaylen Brown one of them needs to be traded.
they're gonna trade them because Marcus Smart comments.
No, it's just I think it starts a conversation. And it's so seeds.
No, they shouldn't.
They should trade. It's so seeds of it's okay to do it, right? Because a lot of things are obvious. I honestly think that they paid Marcus Smart to say this, because it's so seeds like to say, maybe it's not working. It's never going to work. This has never worked. It has only worked with two other players, right? We just talked about them. And
Who,
you
Jordan,
ain't,
Cole?
and they ain't one of them. And then one of them is one of them. Or you could say LeBron James and Dwayne Wade.
Kyrie?
No, not Kyrie because it's the height. But they ain't one of them either. They ain't LeBron James. They ain't Dwayne Wade. None of them is near these players. This is not gonna work. Trade one of them so you can get parts.
Nah, I don't think so. I think Jaylen Brown, you hope to get a Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. I think you try to make that work. They both good players.
Make it work
They
to
need
do
to get
what
better.
though?
To the East, it's not, you know what I mean?
They're
To
never
be
gonna
better in
win
the
a
East.
championship, bro. It's not possible.
I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Maybe
I'm looking at
supposed to be a
them.
good space. I think you need a facilitator. I think they don't have a true point guard. I think the issue is they don't have a point guard.
Okay.
Who's their point guard? Marcus Smart is their point guard. That's the problem. The issue is they don't have a point guard. Kimbo came and wasn't it.
To
Kyrie
do what,
came and it
though?
wasn't it.
What is the point guard
To
gonna
be
do?
to be the facilitator to
You saying if they had Chris
Rondo-esque-
Paul?
yes,
Chris Paul would do
Rondo-esque,
it.
Chris Paul-esque, like that esque of a player.
I know-
Lonzo Ball. I'm not saying Lonzo Ball is great, but somebody who's
Lonzo
literally
Ball is not the player.
facilitating.
Stop it. Lonzo Ball doesn't even
moving the
fit
ball,
team he's on right
a
now.
point guard. The Bulls is the number one seed.
But
DeRozan and Levine is looking great with my boy there. So I don't know. Maybe he is the guy. If Lonzo was on the Boston, maybe they'd be the one seed and Bulls not be.
Mike,
that's
we
all I'm
end the
saying.
show.
I said Levine.
Mike, let's
I
end the
said
show.
Levine and DeRozan. I said Levine and Lonzo.
Thank y'all for watching.
Vince Carter and Jason Kidd. That's what I called it out. And I called it out. And I said DeRozan got to be Richard Jefferson out there and they can make it to the final.
Thank y'all for watching.
I called it out. They number one seed in the East.
So are you and Tony gonna start watching Buzz games together then?
Nah.
Rad gonna start his own line called Overdue Buzz.
I'm a Buzz fan, guy.
So all right. So anybody else?
I called it.
Do we have any shout outs? Rest in peace. We got rest in peace Colin Powell here again. It's like the third week.
Rest in peace, man. Rest in peace.
We gotta update that. We got any dedications, any updates, any shout outs?
No.
I don't think so. I don't think I got nothing. All right. Well, good show, good debate, good back and forth. Shout out to the women. Shout out to the women watchers. If you still rocking with us after these last 3 weeks, you a real one. You a real one. I holla at you. I rock with you. All right, y'all. We kick it. Who do you?
Remember them regular days when there wasn't no more watches for me. Now the money keep calling for me. I'm feeling like everyone plotting on me. Gotta pray for my people to block where they stay. And I know they all counting on me. To go, we going straight to the top. You can't never look down on the streets. Remember them regular days when there wasn't no more watches for me. Now the money keep calling for me. I'm feeling like everyone plotting on me. Gotta pray for my people to block